So the revision on a simplex method, one last question that is already asked in your IME question paper. So this one is a question that we have that maximize, this is asked in 2017 and 2018, 2 consecutive years. This question is asked for 7 marks, and the question is using simplex method solve the following LPP. Maximize Z, which is 5x1 plus 3x2 subject to the 3 constraint and non-negative restriction is at the end. Okay, so that about the type of a question. Obviously, for all a simplex method, the requirement is the constraint should be less than or equal to type, and they are already in that form. Okay, so we know how to solve that by simplex and graphical also. Just I will quickly show you the graphical solution so that we can cross check whether we get the same answer by simplex also. As it is of 2 variable, yes, we can solve this question by a graphical method. When you plot first constraint, the region will come this triangle. This is the constraint which we draw on x1 plus x2 equal to 2. X1 plus x2 is equal to 2. So there is another way. Just a minute. There is another way you can remember. Whenever you want for a graphical method, whenever you want a graphical method and you want the points of intersection on x and y axis, first constraint were given. First constraint were given x1 plus x2 is equal to 2. Yes, you can convert that in the form of x1 upon 2 plus x2 upon 2 is equal to 1. So it is x upon a plus y upon b is equal to 1 form, and in that case the this intersect with x1 axis at a 2 and it intersect with x2 axis as a 2. So this is the point 2 on x1 axis and point 2 on x2 axis, that way. Okay, so this is also the another way to draw to take a points on coordinate axis, and you can draw a single line passing through that 2 points. You get that first straight line. Next line that we have is a 5x1 plus 2x2 is equal to 10. So if you go in the same way, so you should divide it by 10. So x1 upon 5 by 10 is a 2, is it? Plus x2 upon 5 is equal to 1. So tell me, this line should pass through the which points? On x1 axis, the point will be 2, 0, or here, this is same point, 2, 0. But on x2 axis, it is a 0, 5. So, or 5. This is the so next line will go from these 2 points. Let I draw the second constraint and you will come to know how it will be. So this will be the second constraint, and you will observe this is the passing through the point at 2 from x1 axis and 5 at from a x2 axis. Is it clear?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay. In the similar way, we have the last one, 3x1 plus 8x2 equal to 12. Can you tell me the points? 3x1 plus 8x2 equal to 12. 3x1 plus 8x2 is equal to 12. That is the third constraint. Now this one. This is the third constraint. So x1 upon 4 plus x2 upon, now it is a 12 by 8. 12 by 8 means, is it 3 by 2? Is it?
Yes, sir.
3 by 2.
1.5.
Yes, 1.5, correct. Or you can write it as a 1.5. So on x1 axis it is a 4, so it will pass through from this point, and on x2 axis it is 1.5, somewhere here. And you will, if you draw now this line, you will observe the line will go like that. So you will observe exactly same points. Is that? So this is the third line, and you will observe the region is towards origin all the 3. So this dotted line, dotted region is the region which satisfy all the 3 constraints. How many corner points we got? 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if we have to solve it by graphical method, we should calculate the value of z at each corner point, at these 4 corner points, and we get just compare all these values and we get that maximum answer there. Okay. So here the maximum occurs at this point, 2, 0, 2, 0. Can anyone guess how many iterations will require in a simplex method then? See, maximum value is 10. Maximum value is a 10 and it is at the point 2, 0. Can anyone guess how many iterations we have to do it for the simplex method?
Maximum 4 iteration.
Minimum?
1.
1. Actually, simplex method is made like this so that we get a minimum iteration only. Only that first question is there. Why we got that 2 iterations there on triangle? The reason was generally that x1 is already the basis variable present there, but still we selected that s1 there. So that's, don't worry in that, don't confuse too much. But I will tell you, if the optimum occurs at this point at a 2 comma 0, remember the initial table we made for 0 0, we are making the initial table we are making it for origin, that is a 0 0 this point, and then only one iteration will require. Definitely in one iteration you get the answer. Okay, so it's a very simple question. 2 consecutive years, it's asked for 7 marks. Yes, this question we can solve it by this software also. The software name of the software is a Torah. It is open source software. Let I show you. Let I show you the solution by a simplex method directly on the software. Okay. Solve this problem, algebraic. If we want final solution, I can click here. If I want iterations, okay, all slack starting solution. Okay, this one. Go to output screen, and now you will observe this one is the initial table. Here x1 x2 s1 s2 s3, this s1 s2 s3, it is written as sx3 sx4 and sx5. Actually these are slack variable. So s1 s2 s3, they form the identity matrix. You'll observe 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. Then okay, there may be a little difference in the table because here ratios are calculated in different way. So let I show you the all iterations together and final answer. Okay, only one iteration. You will observe this initial table, first iteration, and we have the final answer. What is the value of z? Value of z is here 10. Are you getting? Value of z is a 10 there. So this way, exactly similar table we are going to get it by a simplex now. So only 2 tables we have to do it. Let me do it our own. So we'll come to know that how we have to solve this problem in the examination there. Just 1 minute. Yeah. Now you already know a solution. Just we have to cross check whether it is the same or not by a simplex also. In a solution, step number 1. Yes, what is the step 1 when you have to do it in exam? Step 1 for a simplex method is a
Write the slack variables
standard
S1.
form. Okay, we have to convert a standard form of a simplex method, that is add a slack variable, correct? So just we require one slack variable in each of these 3 constraints. So first constraint I can write it as x1 plus x2 plus s1 is equal to 2. Second constraint I can write it as a 5x1 plus 2x2 plus s2 is equal to 10, and the last constraint I will write it as a 3x1 plus 8x2 plus s3 is equal to 12. And now here this objective function will convert it as maximize z, which is 5x1 plus 3x2 plus 0s1 0s2 plus 0s3. We give a 0 coefficient to them, and obviously all these variable x1 x2 s1 s2 s3 all are positive. So this is the end of our standard form. Just we finished a standard form. Any doubt in converting in a standard form?
No, sir.
No. So step 2, initial table.
Yes, sir, we should write the CJ first.
Very good. Step 2, initial table. We start with the CJ. Very good. So what are the CJs here? Let I take it little up.
5, 3.
Okay, the corresponding variable x1, x2, s1, s2, s3 and bj. Now the important part, whatever these equations we have, this set of equations, simultaneous equation, that you have to write it in the table now. These 3 equations will come here again, exactly same. So let I write that equation first. It is 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 2. Is it?
Yes, sir.
5, 2, 0, 1, 0, 10. And the last one,
38000112.
okay, and 12. Very good. So that about the same that's set of equations we are writing here. This is the main table actually. These are the row 1, row 2, row 3. Okay, these equations are considered as R1, R2, R3 for transformation later on. So this is the R1, row 1, row 2, and row 3. That's one. But after that, yes, we write generally the basis there. So there are different ways of writing by different author, but doesn't matter. At the end, we are following the simplex algorithm and we are getting the same answer there. The basis variable, obviously the variables which form the identity matrix. So initially they are always a slack variable. Their CJs, there are cost values of CJs are slack variables is zeros. We already know that. So initially the ZJs will be also 0. I hope there is no doubt up to here. And lastly, Cj minus Zj. This is the last row of the table. And what about that? That is as it is, 5, 3, 0, 0, 0. So which one is the incoming variable?
X1.
X1, very good. And what is the criteria? What is the criteria for incoming variable?
So maximum value.
Positive.
Maximum positive value of Cj minus Zj. Max positive Cj minus Zj. That is the incoming. Very good. Next, we should calculate a ratio here. A ratio, yes, which ratio we should compute?
Sir, BJ by maximum
Bj
variable.
upon that incoming column.
Incoming.
X1. Bj divided by X1. So 2 upon 1 is a 2. 10 by 5, that is also 2. And 12 by 3. 12 by 3 is a 4.
4.
Now, which variable should be outgoing variable? Which variable should be outgoing? What is the criteria?
So maximum negative.
Not maximum. Not maximum. It's a minimum positive ratio. Minimum positive ratio. Now the ratio should be a positive first. All three ratios are positive. So we considered. But minimum positive is a 2 and it's repeated. So whenever there is a tie, remember this important thing. Whenever there is a tie in a minimum positive ratio or maximum positive Cj minus Zj, you can take any one randomly. You can take any one randomly. For example, suppose here is 5 and here is 5. You can take anyone as incoming that case. Exactly same way you can go for that outgoing variable also. Okay, now here also the minimum positive ratio repeats. So this one is I will take as out. If your choice, if you can take S2 also outgoing. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you can take S2 also outgoing, but if you take S2 as outgoing, your 5 is a key pivot element and that you have to convert as a 1. Okay, but as I am taken S1 as a outgoing, the pivot is already 1. There is no need of transformation. That is a best selection actually in this case. But yes, those who are taking S2 as outgoing, they are also correct there. So the next step comes, the pivot we have to convert as a 1, but that is already 1. There is no transformation required on R1. Okay, but we have to make these two zeros in that column. So what should be a transformation?
R2 minus 5
R2 minus 5 R1 and R3 minus 3 R1.
Nice, correct. So this gives us the zeros in that column, and now we get the iteration directly. Okay, so this is the first iteration, I will say. First iteration. In the first iteration, again we start a table with a Cj. And we already observed our Cjs are 5, 3, 5, 3 triple zeros. So this is x1, x2, s1, s2, s3, bj. Now row 1 doesn't have any transformation, so it will be as it is. 111 002. Is it 111? Yes.
Yes, sir.
002. Okay, that's about the row 1. Now these two already we made zeros. Okay, for that only we use that transformation. But row 2 now. Row 2 is R2 minus 5 R1. So this is the 2 minus 5 minus 3 minus 5, 1 itself, I think it is a 0, is it? And now R2 is a 10, 10 minus R2 minus 5 R1. So a 10 minus 10, I think it is 0, is it? Is that? So the next then we have R3 minus 3 R1. Now R3, what is R3 here? R3 is 8. 8 minus 3 is a 5. Then R3 is 0, 0, 0, 1. Okay. 3 R1. So minus 3, 0, 1. I think there is 12. 12 minus 6. That is a 6. I hope you are getting this calculation. If you have
Yes.
the doubt, yes, you can. So you'll observe the best thing that this is the basis variable, because that is a column of identity matrix 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. So obviously we already said S1 is outgoing variable, that S1 is here, and that place is taken by incoming variable as X1. So I'll replace S1 by X1, and remaining S2 and S3 will be as it is. And you can cross check also, these three variables form the identity matrix in the table. So corresponding CZs are 5, 0, 0. Now you have to tell me the ZJ. Yes, tell me a ZJ. It's obviously only this dot product will exist. 5 into 1 plus 0 into 0 plus 0 into 0. That is 5, 5, 5, 0, 0. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
So Cj minus Zj. This is 0, minus 2, minus 5, 0, 0, 0. So you'll observe the best part occurred here, that Cj minus Zj's are less than or equal to 0. And that is a best thing for us because it indicates that there is no need of a further transformation. We have to stop the iteration, and we got a maximum value of a Z here only. So we can say thus Cj minus Zj less than or equal to 0. Therefore, we stop iteration. We stop the iterations of the iterations. What is the values of variable now? Tell me, what is the value of x1? What is the value of x1 from this table? Quick. What's the value of x1? X1 takes, as it is in the basis, it takes the entire value of a bj, x1 equal to 2. What about x2? x2 is not in the table, so x2 is a non-basis variable, so x2 is a 0. This
0.
x2 is a 0. So we are mainly interested in x1 and x2. We are never interested in this s2, s3. Actually, s2 is a 0 and s3 is a 6, but we are not interested. So just we have to say thus x1 is equal to 2 because basis variable, and x2 is a non-basis variable, so it is a 0. Hence z equal to I think it is a 3. What is the 5x1 plus 3x2? 5x1 plus 3x2 is equal to 10. Is maximum value. That's one. That is the end of the question. So we got 2, 0 as a point where 10 as a maximum value of a z. And that is the end of our simplex iterations there.